here for the last game of this match. Um, Lookout, Menagerie, Guide, Dungeon. I should be able to deal with the Sea Hags fine. Cities, help your torturers, pillages. Probably not that great against a deck that has a lot of menageries, actually. Um, Courtier is okay payload eventually. I think you open Lookout Silver? Silver. Lookout Silver. Wow, Seprix has a million 5/2s here. Yeah, Torture is probably the best thing. I'm not 100% sure it's better than Pillage? Question mark. It's probably okay. Courtier isn't necessarily crazy. Um, so Mike got 2 lookouts, which is pretty good. You want to get a silver because you want to be able to hit 5. You want to get a lot of menageries and a dungeon at some point, sure. Probably get a guide, at least one at some point. Seprix gets a lookout there, and he gets to get another one here. I'm not 100% sure that it was correct to play that torture, but it probably was, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay, trashing coppers. I think if I were Seprix now, I'd get a silver, and he does. Good, cool. Yeah, menageries are going to be real strong here, but you don't want to get them too early. They're just cantrips, and you need a little bit of economy, so I like the silver. You need a little bit of economy because you're going to want to hit 5. Um, I guess Courtier is the only source of plus buy for a long time, so you are going to want one of them. Um, yeah. So I might skip dungeon if I were Seprix. I'm not sure. He could get city. He could get menagerie. He gets courtier. Courtier makes a good amount of sense as plus buy. I guess it does encourage you to get probably a dungeon as it's multiple types. Um, Mike should play this lookout next, I think. Now, Seprix should get a city because he needs a village. It's like a $5 village because no pile's running out very fast, but he needs a $5 village, so he'll take it. Um, so Mike gets to draw his deck. He could use a village here soon also. He wants to trash his second lookout pretty soon, but so he's thinking, does he want to play this menagerie or not? Would he rather have the top of his deck be what versus what? This could be a menagerie, it could be a second dungeon, it could be a guide. There's a lot of reasonable options. I think I like the second dungeon just because he has the courtier now and his 2 types. Getting both these coppers is pretty bad luck for him. Seprix should probably get a dungeon now. Maybe menagerie already. I'm not sure 100%. Let's look and see how much they've each trashed. So Seprix has the estate, and Mike has 2 coppers, which means he's trashed 5. So he's trashed 2 more cards in total, one of each of the starters. I think you should trash the lookout here, despite specifically wanting to be able to trash the copper. What did he trash? He did trash the lookout. Okay. So takes a buy here and should get a second, should really get a second dungeon now, I think. Could start to think about a city as well, but I think I would go dungeon and then probably a guide. But he takes another menagerie, which is somewhat reasonable. So is Seprix going to take an action here or not is an interesting question. He took money. I think that's very reasonable. The torturer isn't helping much. Wow, I don't like the second courtier there, though. And he needs to be getting more of these threes up. They're so good. So Mike gets to trash that last, well, the second to last copper there. Now he can play courtier, revealing the dungeon to get an action, but it doesn't actually matter because if he plays it after, then he doesn't get the action, but he doesn't have to use the action. So, yeah. So now he's going to want a city and then some three, another menagerie is fine. And he's going to want to be getting more courtiers and cities, as that's a way that it doesn't disturb his menageries, but he can still do his stuff. He should discard silver and menagerie here, I think. I guess courtier and menagerie probably wouldn't have made much difference. Seprix should take buys here for sure and take a menagerie and a dungeon, I think. 2 menageries is okay. Especially because he does have 1 dungeon. Okay. So... Okay, now courtier reveals a dungeon and takes money and buy. Yeah. Now you get to play it 1 dungeon and then just discard whatever as long as it's not money. And you're not going to play the second dungeon because you want to have them staggered, and it's not doing anything for you this turn. I guess he could discard a copper to be able to trash it. Ooh, I don't like playing both dungeons here. I think that's a mistake. And now I think Mike should be getting a second courtier, possibly pillage, and then a 3 or a 4. I would let him have this undo, just because obviously he had the whole deck drawn, so he knows what's down there. It's not like a feat of deck tracking or something. Okay, so he just wanted to trash that copper, which I don't think is necessary, really, but is fine. I think I would have leaned towards keeping it, but whatever. I mean, he has plenty of draw with these menageries, and it's just one of its unique, so I don't know. Maybe it's better to get rid of it. I'd have to think about it a long time to be sure. So now courtier, and now we get to see if Seprix is going to try to do a lot of menagerie things or no. He's trying to build with more golds, and I think this makes sense too. So now he should go for another city for sure, and then probably, ooh, I don't like that courtier, but he definitely needs a city. He definitely needs a city. He needs more actions. Got another dungeon. Not a big fan of that. Mike. Okay. He misplayed this a little bit, I think. He just wants these for money and buy, I guess. So he should play dungeon now, discard a couple things, and then take... Oh, he can't do that. He can't play the dungeon here. and get money and buys. Yeah, I think this was misplayed. You just take money? Yeah, I guess he doesn't need more buys. So he should take, again, another city and probably another courtier. Yeah, okay. I think Seprix's thing is better. It's less consistent for sure, but it just has a bigger payload. But he's going to need to add more draw, which is the only question. Well, you've got to reveal dungeon and take an action and take gold money. Okay. Gets to trash another copper, so he's getting more of that trashing in. He really, really needs. Well, now he has to. Yeah, okay. So he gets to courtier. Can take action in a gold. And then. Okay, action and a buy makes sense. Now this could be buy in a gold. Oh, right. He has the actions to be able to do this. This seems good. So I think Seprix's thing is better. He should go. Whoa! Too early for province. That should have been city, city, torturer, I think. Okay, if the menagerie's out here, you don't want them to run out exactly. I think I would get a dungeon. I don't think the menagerie split is actually that important. I think he wanted to get at least one more city before he did this. He got a sea hag? Really? I guess the late game sea hag is okay because it does start to mess with stuff. It's an attack, but I really think he should have gotten another city before he greened. Yeah, I really think another city was good, and I think I would have gone city, city, torturer. That lets your courtiers do more, if nothing else. But you want to have a little bit more draw up, and I think he provinced too early there. But I do like gaining more golds, and now Mike has started to do that as well. So he took an action there. I don't. He didn't need to do that. Actually, I don't like the Sea Hag as much because you can set up trashing the curse with the dungeon at the end, even if you can't do it with the other stuff. So, okay. This is going to be. I'm not actually sure. With only 2 buys, that implies to me that he wants to get a province. Otherwise, he could have played more courtiers for more buys. And he gets another city, sure. Menagerie gets to activate here. Nice for Seprix. Oh, I guess that was always happening, huh? He really needs to hit his city now. Obviously, you play Menagerie next. Lookout doesn't have anything good to trash, so you just play your courtier. He has 9 money, so he can get 12. He doesn't have more treasures to draw. His last cards are like all actions. So I think I would just play courtier, revealing, torturer, take a buy and a money, or buy and gold, or money and buy. Gold and money doesn't do anything better than. He probably takes another. He really needs more cities, I think. I think I would take 2 cities here. Maybe you can do city torturer, but I think I like 2 cities. I don't like this at all. Dungeon is good. Dungeon is a good one to have, but I like a lot of how Seprix has played this, but not all of it. Slightly interesting order from Mike here. Ooh, not a great set of stuff from him. Obviously, he's going to discard those. Now he can go Province Dungeon, Province Guide. Like, I still think Guide is quite a reasonable card here, especially as your decks start to wear off a bit. Um, he has 3 cities, so I guess emptying the menageries is better for him. Um, okay, you play city next. You have a lot of courtiers. So you play 2 courtiers now. One of them needs to take an action, but that lets your menagerie activate. Um, I think I would have taken it with an action and a buy because I'm almost certainly going to want to buy, but I'm not sure. Now I'd take buy and money, I think. Yeah, menagerie. Menagerie again. Oh no, you have to dungeon first, sure. So this is province and gold down. Menagerie again. Now you dungeon again. Because you still have something good for the courtier. Now, I'm not sure. He can double here, I think. You don't really want to play all 3 dungeons in one turn, so I think I wouldn't try to do that. But he has 6 now, and he can go, yeah. So I think you discard kind of whatever. You play Artificer for probably money and a gold. Probably money and a gold, and then you just buy 2 provinces and say, I think I'm winning. Right? He has 9 in hand. He could take money and a buy and go double province estate, but or he could take money in an action and play the sea hag. That's probably quite reasonable as well, and should just be better than taking the estate. So anyway, I don't want to draw more. What's in his discard? He's discarded so far a gold and a province. So there's no way that he can do more than double province. So, and then Sea Hag is just a better attack than Torturer. He discarded copper. What the heck? No, Seprix. That's really bad. You don't need to trash that copper. It's just not a big priority. I don't like that play at all. Like there's a 1 in 4 chance that it works out disastrously for you. I'm not even sure that it's great if you reveal the copper. You get a top deck of gold and a province. Like, I don't really want to do that. Now you can't double province anymore. This is just so bad. This is so bad. Oh, he can't. No, what am I saying? He can still double province. So I think you reveal the Sea Hag. Well, you certainly reveal the Sea Hag because it's 2 types. You certainly reveal the Sea Hag. And I think you take action and money, play the Sea Hag and double province, and hope. Oh, he doesn't think he can double province. Well, Bob's your uncle. He should take a city. This is not a great draw for Mike. So Seprix might get bailed out here. Menagerie. City. You play city next. You play city next. There's 2 in your hand. There's no reason not to. You cry. You play city next, though. You're looking for dungeon. You play menagerie next. You play menagerie again. You're really looking for dungeon here, but you're not going to find it. Yeah, so I like overall Seprix's strategy a little bit better here, and we get to see why now. Eventually the menagerie stuff stops working as well, unless you get a lot of dungeons and stuff. But You got a trash menagerie here, I think. Although it's not great. These courtiers can either be money or buys, or I guess golds. But yeah, Seprix's deck is eventually going to be better. I still think he should have taken another city before he did, before he actually got his second one, but better late than never, huh? He has 3 dungeons in play. I guess having 3 dungeons in play is okay if you think it's going to be your last turn. So that's okay. I still think I would have not played the last one, but he's going to take a money here. Mike's just in a bad way. If he takes Duchy Province as Apostoloso ruler, is suggesting in the chat, then Seprix can double province and win. I guess the thing is, if Seprix double provinces, he's probably winning anyway. So that still might be the right play to make for Mike. But he's just in bad shape, I think, in general. But let me, if Seprix double provinces, let's say, he gets to 31. Mike could double duchy this turn only. That would get him to 17. And then the next turn, let's say he can province and double duchy. That would get him to 29, which is still behind. You'd need a province and triple duchy, which is maybe just on the edge of possible, but it's certainly not plausible. But that's the choice, right? You can either double duchy here, or you can province duchy and hope that Seprix duds even with his 3 dungeons in play. You don't have any dungeons in play for next turn. It's rough. I think you hope for a dud. He's going for city. I don't understand this. I don't understand this play at all. I really don't understand this play. Pillage is, I guess, a thought if you're playing for a longer game. So you discard the green cards here if you're Seprix on the first one, I think. Well, you have 2 more. Okay. Now it starts to get interesting. You discard province and gold probably, and now what? Gold and silver. Click courtier, reveal torturer, take an action and a money. Yeah, you get to menagerie that way. Sure. He can think at certain points about this should be money and a buy, I think. He can think at certain points about playing the lookout, but I don't think at this point it's ever going to happen. So now it should be city, courtier for, I don't know. I don't remember what these last cards are. They're 2 provinces and a gold, I think. In which case, he has 16 money right now. And he can get to 22 money. He should do that. So he should... Oh, but he can't get 3 buys if he does that. Huh. Well... Oh, that's a silver. He definitely needs to take a buy, and he needs to take a money or gold. Gold works just as well, I guess. I think this is 16, right? This is 9. Yeah, that's 18, in fact. Gets to give 2 more curses, and then he should just double province here. And he just needs to be able to get to 1 province. And it's the kind of glitch where you can't see his hand. Oh, but it says in the log, 2 provinces, 2 courtiers, and a menagerie. That's not a very good hand at all. That's part of why I didn't like the triple dungeons from that previous turn. I just think it should have just been the 2. And because 1 dungeon in play would really save this for Seprix, almost certainly. Whereas now he's going to need his menagerie to hit really well, probably a city. Torture wouldn't be the worst draw either. This also makes sense for why Mike would try to not get the province, because there's some chance that Seprix studs this turn and Mike gets 2 turns. It's pretty tough though. So courtier now. Money and a buy. Yeah, now dungeon. Curses go down. Then menagerie. You should not try to activate this menagerie. It's just a fool's errand because you're not going to draw up enough, well enough to get the equivalent of these golds. But menagerie should be the next card to be played. I'm pretty sure. He has 4 city. Yeah, okay. And now 1 more menagerie, and now dungeon. You could just discard the province and whatever the worst card is. Unless he knows that these cards are good. This should just be more duchies, right? I mean, I don't think staggering the dungeons at this point, he really isn't getting 2 more turns. So I would have played it, I think, but I don't remember what the cards are. 3 duchies in a city, that's reasonable. He should just play Sea Hag. Oh no, he can. Oh wow, this is good. So he can action and money, and then play the Sea Hag. Yeah, that was not a bad draw. So courtier reveal Sea Hag, take action and money. Courtier reveal Sea Hag, take action and money. Play the Sea Hag, buy a duchy. Win next turn, hopefully. Buy duchy. Okay. Now, this is kind of tough for Mike. He should discard the curse. And I'm not sure about duchy versus. But this should be. I think you have to play the courtier here just for money, I think. Because I really think you need to activate your menagerie, and playing the city is too risky. Unless he's mapped it out and he really needs to get more from his courtiers. Maybe he does need to get more from his courtiers, I'm not sure. Seprix might have another dud here, which would be pretty bad, but he can't have that many cards. I assume this dungeon is going to find something reasonable. But basically Mike needs to get all of these duchies. He can trash some curses too, maybe, I guess, but okay. So now he plays 2 of the courtiers. He just has to. He takes money and he takes a buy. He should take money here, I think. Now menagerie. Now menagerie again. Now he has to take money to be able to get 2 duchies, right? Yeah, this is pretty bad for him though. Yep, 2 duchies. City Duchy. City? I don't I don't understand what he's doing here. Like, I guess he's playing for eventual city activation, but if you can't get all of them, then I don't know about that. Not a big fan of this lookout play. Trashing the dungeon was surely better than trashing the gold, so I'm not a fan of that either. But here it is. Courtier gets him the money. He has province. Um, so well played by Seprix here. Yeah, as for the overall match, I can't really say. There were times where I liked either of their play. Times I didn't like either of their play. There was obviously a lot of luck. I'm not really sure which direction went the other, but I'm hope that you enjoyed my commentary. For any of these, I'd love to hear any comments, questions, suggestions you have. I'd like to play some of the boards, particularly that Delve Gardens board. That seems like fun to me. But thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you again later.